For the first time in history, the grandchildren of a monarch got to be a part of a vigil. The Queen's grandchildren, Prince William, Prince Harry, Zara Tindall and Peter Phillips, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, Lady Louise and James Viscount Severn, stood vigil beside the Queen's coffin for 15 minutes, history in the making. Royal fans have expressed their sympathy for the Queen's youngest grandson, James Viscount Severn, as he took part in his grandmother's vigil at Westminster Hall. People were quick to point out how mature he was while undertaking his first royal duty at the age of 14. Others remarked on his likeness to Prince William and Prince Harry during Princess Diana's funeral. Many have taken to social media to note how James looked solemn while guarding the coffin, his head down looking at the ground, and to commend him for his bravery for stepping up at a young age. One fan wrote on Twitter, "Absolute huge respect to #Viscount Severn. At just 14 years old, stood vigil at his grandmother #Queen Elizabeth's coffin, showing absolute respect, loyalty and dignity under the harsh scrutiny of the public. #Prince Edward and #Countess of Wessex have every reason to be proud." Another typed, "Well done, James Viscount Severn. Very brave thing to do. I doubt I could have done it at 14. Your grandmother would be so proud of you." Others said that the vigil brought back memories of Princess Diana's funeral, with one commenting, "It's honestly quite harrowing seeing Viscount Severn, who's 14 years old, taking part in a vigil alongside his cousins over Queen Elizabeth's coffin. It's giving me Prince Harry vibes, walking behind Princess Diana's coffin all those years ago." Another said, "That grandchildren vigil has brought back memories of saying goodbye to my own grandma. Don't think I'd have wanted to stand there so publicly. The youngest grandson, Viscount Severn, was especially brave. I guess it brings back memories of Diana's funeral for William and Harry. Sad face emoji." One online user added, "I was amazed by James. He's 14 years old and he didn't have to do it in my opinion. I believe everyone would have been fine, if not because he's just 14, but he and Louise did extremely well. Louise stood there as stoic as she could. Sophie and Edward should be very proud, and I love it that both of them were to mourn and especially support their children. I felt the emotion with Zara and William when they were shown they looked really sad." James, a 14-year-old boy, stood up at the vigil with an unbelievable amount of decorum and poised to the point that royal fans are still processing just how great his maturity appears to be. That said, he stood there like an adult multiple times his age, whilst Harry and Meghan couldn't even face forward on the balcony or walk in a memorial procession without smirking at the camera or drawing attention to herself by holding hands with a hubby like middle schoolers, whilst the other couples stood exactly the same distance apart from their partners. Quite honestly, there's been some sort of magical spell that has switched the bodies of James and Meghan, because James is 14 but holds himself like he's 41, and Meghan is 41 but behaves like she's 14. It's also a little eerie that their ages are numerically reversed. The point is, from the remarks made by 4-year-old Prince Louis to how 14-year-old James Viscount Severn carried himself, Meghan Markle has repeatedly been upstaged by the humility, empathy, decorum and overall behaviour of literal children. It's cringe at best, and wildly abhorrent at worst. Viscount James wore both his Platinum and Diamond Jubilee medals. This is the first time he's worn the medals in public. Parents and spouses did not attend this ceremony, with the exception of the Earl and Countess of Wessex, who were there to support their young children. The Wessex kids are a class act. They reflect so well on their parents.